configuration annotation, when we use on any Java class, that configuration annotation is going to mark this class as what? It is a configuration Java class. It is as similar as bean config.xml file. Over there we used to assign that at the we used to assign bean tag, na? That is similar over here. Getting my point? Inside this
Yes, sir.
we need to assign bean. We need to write the code for bean generation. Means it will return the bean. Returning bean means what? Bean we are going to return for a particular class, right? Means over here in this configuration file we can return n number of bean. N number of bean means what? We are going to return different class beans. Means we are having over here address class, we are having hospital class. Both address and hospital class we can return bean. For that we need to declare bean over here. Public what? Address get address, or you can write address bean, right? And from here what? Return new address address class. So this is what one. Using this we are creating one object, right? New, using this new. So this is what? Object creation. And this object creation we are directly returning, but we are going to annotate it with @bean. And over, getting my point? Now it became what? One object. Means whenever we'll run our project accordingly, when IOC configuration will execute this class, that will get to know, okay, this is the configuration file. And when IOC container will execute this method address, it is a method, right? Which is having the type what? Address return type. Means
Okay.
it will be returning
Yeah.
address object it will be returning. But this method I have marked annotated with @bean tag. What it means, whenever Spring IOC container will read this method that it is a bean, it means what? It that Spring IOC container will get to know that I have to create bean, or I have to return bean. I have to create bean for this address class. That's it. And what will be the name of this bean? The default name will be method name. Clear? Now public over here what? HOSPITL hospital, and public hospital, and HOSPITL hospital bean. Any name you can give. And return what? New HOSPITL hospital, and we'll annotate it @bean tag. Clear? Now at this moment this is one our configuration file. For this we not required any component over here. Any component annotations we not required over here. That's it. And even we no need to use any XML configuration file over here. Getting my point? Now in this hospital main, what we need to do over here, because now we are not going to give this package name, since we need in case of XML based we are assigning XML path over here, right? But in this moment we are going to assign this Java based configuration file path. If it is inside that same package where you wrote this main class, this hospital main, if it is inside this same package and bean configuration, simply you need to give that bean name. That's it. Bean name dot class. How you are going to give that? bean config dot class. That's it. This one only. Suppose this configuration file, if you will put inside it com.chandan, that com.chandan.bean config dot class you need to give it over here, right? Now you ask hospital, you ask IOC container to give me the bean of hospital dot class with this bean name hospital. Will it give you? No, it will give you the error right now. why it will give you the error? Because that bean configuration, bean declaration is something different, and it will be registering that bean with another name. What is that name? That name you need to look, you need to look inside that bean tag. What is that name? Hospital bean. Control C, control control V. Now just you see, will it give address properties also? No, it won't assign you that operate property. Or let us see, address also it has given over here, right? Now see, value got assigned or not?
Yeah.
We got the bean. And what is the bean name? Bean name is simply over here this method name. So you must have to annotate it at the rate bean annotation with this method. And this method is of what type? Hospital means class type. This is address class, this is hospital class. It will be returning address class bean, it will be returning hospital class bean. Clear?
Yes.
Now when it is assigning those beans over here, at this moment, since I have used over here at the rate auto wire, that's the reason it is assigning those values, right? Over here, see, I am removing this at the rate auto wire. Getting my point? If I am removing this at the rate auto wire and I am running this one, hospital config, this I am executing it. See, it is getting, we are getting null value, right? In this case, what we need to do in this hospital class will come, will create one what, public, and public hospital over here will create what, one ADDRESS address, ADDRESS address, and inside this dot address, a hospital address equal to ADDRESS. That's it. This is constructor based, right? So while creating the bean, we need to assign it, right? Where? Here. So this just you assign over here ADDRESS address bean. You call that method. This is method call, right? Inside over here means that it will create bean. Bean is already been created. It will be returning bean. That bean will get assigned over here. When bean will get assigned of address over here, it is a constructor call. It will come inside that constructor here in that hospital, and it will call this constructor with that value address bean. That address will come over here. That address now we are assigning to this address. That's it. And will it work? Yes, it will work. So let us come to this main method and execute it. We will get that. See, we got the value, right?
Yeah.
Can we have another class also? Yes, we can have another class. How? We can have another class. That class name we can give it anything. Suppose general, GENERAL, or home page, or home class. That home class, we have one method. Inside this method we are having what, public, public a string get home, HOME page, right? And from here return what, string time, returning from returning from home page. That's it. If this class is been annotated with any annotations? No. If this method is annotated with any annotation? No. This is a simple class. Clear? For this we want to Spring IOC, that Spring IOC create one bean for this class. For that, how we are going to do that? We are having one, this is one class, right? For this we will do configuration. We are in this Spring configuration file. How we are going to do that? Same basic, public home class bean, and return what, new home class. Clear? At this case you need to annotate it at the rate bean, right? give the bin name, or if you don't wish to give the bin name, keep it as it is. Come to this main class. Over here from IOC container you ask IOC dot get what bean, and over here we need to give that bean value, bean, and over here what home class, home class dot class. That's it. It will be returning you that one bean, home class bean, home class bean, and using this home class bean, control C, control S, and now print system.out.println home calling home class method using home class bean dot, how we are going to call it, get home page. Simple. Now right click and run it. Method got called or not over here? See, is that call got called or not?
Mm-hmm.
What it means, we have shifted from XML based configuration to Java based configuration using that @configuration annotations. We no need any XML configuration. If whatever the configuration we used to do in that SpringConfig.xml file, those configuration we are going to define inside this config file. That's it, and it is responsible to return all those beans.
Yes. Yeah.
So whenever you will mark a class as a configuration configuration annotation, if whenever you will annotate any class with configuration annotation, in that case that class is going to be treat as it is a configuration class, and inside this configuration class we can define n number of bean of different Java classes, and we can return this bean whenever. So it means what, sorry, it will not return whenever, it will return, but whenever we'll execute our Spring IOC container, during that whenever we'll execute our this application, Spring application, during that time Spring IOC container will execute this file beanconfig.class, right? Whenever that will execute this beanconfig.class file, inside that beanconfig. Java that will look that it is annotated with @configuration. Inside that they will execute and look for it is annotated with @bean means what, a Spring IOC container will create bean separate bean for these classes, and that will keep inside that container itself, right? With what name? By default, if we not give any bean over here, then it will create bean with this method name. That's it. If you don't want to have that bean with this method name, then what you can do, you can give that bean name also, value equal to or name, or a name equal to, you assign over here HOSPITAL hospital, you assign over here name as bean name equal to what, over here EDDRESS, and over here bean name is what, name equal to home. That's it. Clear? So in this case, this is a hospital class. Just you simply write this hospital name over here. Where? Here, a hospital. That's it. It will be giving you this. Will it work home class? No, only home. Just you assign, because bean name we have changed, right? Right click and run it. We got the value, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's it for today, and we gone with this Spring configuration file, Java based implementation, and just you do practice at your end, and then accordingly we'll meet in that next session. And there will, and this is what, this is how that a Spring core framework is. Uh, we are we are going to finish this Spring core. Now we'll go with that, which one is we'll go with a Spring JDBC. We'll look that how that JDBC we are going to implement or use in this Spring framework, because inside that Spring framework, if we are going to use JDBC, it means what, JDBC is also will have that library, JDBC library we will have in this Spring uh, framework, and using that library we will have n number of built-in methods and configurations which we'll do over here, and accordingly will reduce n number of lines which we used to do in our JD Spring, which one, that JSP and Sorlet. Give me 1 minute. So those configuration we are going to do over here, and those we are going to return from here too. So those complexity which we face while writing JDBC code in that servlet, those we are going to overcome over here in this. Give me 1 minute. Let me have that. So now what you can do, you can so you can go through with this, and you can learn this at the rate configuration annotations, how you are implementing it, and in number of what examples are given over here. So you do practice on this, it is very much important, very important session. So you finish it out, and before joining next session, because we are going to uh, we are closing this Spring core, and we are going to start Spring JDBC, that is the next module of Spring framework. So before that, just you go through with entire whatever we have learned so far in that Spring core, then only it will help you to learn those Spring JDBC in very easy way. Getting on that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this one I am sharing with you. You all do practice,
Uh,
and
Sir,
we'll meet in the
once
next
can
session.
you confirm that what are the total uh, topics in Spring Core? Like there are stereotype,
Can
annotations, and normal Spring configuration. And
can you
then
speak?
the-
Anirban, can
what
you mute? Huh? Yes, go ahead.
what are the main topics on that Spring Core? Can you confirm it on like there are Spring first Spring configuration with multiple beans. Then we are auto adding this. Then auto add. After that annotation based auto add. Then stereotype annotations. After that arithmetic expression language, and then it's configuration based annotation, Spring annotation.
Hmm. Yes. So you go with that previous like entire things which we have explained, because you will be having that project itself, right? I will be sharing this notes with you also. No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to share it. I'm not going to share notes, because I'm continue with that training session from scratch,
Mm-hmm.
and every day I'm explaining this thing. I'm giving the content as well as I'm explaining you, but you people are not preparing yourself. Then it is your fault, right? Why should I give my content to you?
Yeah, yeah, understand. No problem, sir.
I mean,
I'm
I'm
also
investing a
creating
lot
my
of time to
own.
prepare those kind of.
Yeah, I am also creating my own
Why
note,
I'm
but I am just not.
yes. So you are discontinued. That is your fault.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why I'm shouting these things on you? Because let me first stop this recording.